Today I want to share an idea about externally rotating the shoulders and how you can apply it to holding your instrument. It comes from this terrific book by Kelly Starrett. It's all about mobility and biomechanics, which I need good biomechanics just to lift the book. In the book, Kelly describes the joint characteristic of the hips and the shoulders, which are both very similar types of structures, a ball and socket, and around the ball is connective tissue, and here it's got some play in it. I rotate and wind this up, and it becomes more tightly wrapped. The ball's more tightly wrapped. That's basically what externally rotating the shoulder is about. We're not picking up a huge weight or doing push-ups with our arms when we play the flute, but stability in the joint is something I think must be important. So I take my light little flute, and normally when I think about my shoulders, I'm concerned with whether I'm lifting them or doing this kind of thing. I do that a lot when I play. And sometimes I do intentionally lift the shoulders because I like changing the balance between my hands. I often pick the flute up this way over the shoulder, and I'm putting my pinky down first. I'm putting this pinky down first. I'm bringing the flute out. This already has a very nice way of kind of setting up the instrument in your hands and in your arms without the possibility that you're going to lift your shoulders or round them forward. But back to the external rotation, how this is different from bringing your shoulders back is it's not a muscular thing. A lot of times we'll find ourselves slumped and then, bring your shoulder blades together. Now I'm using muscle to hold myself up. If I could get in a nice neutral position, standing really well, and then simply rotate a little as though my arm bone is moving inside the sleeve of a jacket. And then somehow pick up my instrument at the same time. This is a very subtle positioning thing in the shoulder, and you just have to try it and see how it works for you. But first, let's explore all the ways our arms move to make sure we're just isolating the external rotation, which is the top arm bone in the shoulder socket. So first, just relax for a minute, move around, shift your weight, let your head turn, and then stand in a stable position with your feet parallel. Apply a slight bit of outward movement. Check your pelvis, tighten your glutes a tiny bit, and on that stable base, just let your arms hang. I'm just going to let them hang. There we go. And I really want to arch my back, but try not to hinge your body as we do any of this. So I'm standing nice and stable. And And let's just rotate our arms so our palms are out. Don't arch your back. And relax. Let's do it again with the arms raised a tiny bit. Do not mess with your back and pelvis. Now turn your palms out. So that's an externally rotated position. Now we'll do something else. Take your elbows and press them very snugly on the side of your body, and just move your wrists. Okay, now don't move your wrists. Just rotate your forearms. We forget that this is the rotation that the forearms can do. Now stop. Now externally rotate. Now drop your arms. Hold one elbow. Rotate your forearm. Now, don't rotate your forearm. Turn your arm bone just a little bit in your sleeve. Try not to rotate your forearm. Try not to arch your back like I'm doing. And relax. Let's do the other side. I'm going to grab my elbow. First, I'm going to move my forearm. I'm going to stop. Now, I'm externally rotating in the shoulder socket. So, it's very subtle, but see if you notice a difference. Now, the trouble is, I can't do this whole routine and pick up the flute normally, so I have to do one arm at a time. Let's put our flutes on our left shoulder. Let's externally rotate the right arm. The inside of my elbow is pointing towards you. I'm bending a little bit. I'm putting my hand on the flute. Now let's do the other arm. Externally rotate. I'm bending. I'm putting this arm on the flute. The conundrum when applying this idea to playing the flute is you can't very well adjust it once you're playing. In fact, according to the book, these types of stabilizations need to occur before you begin the movement, the work part, which I think for the flute is lifting it up. You know, this is all gravy after that. But sometimes we're picking the flute up, putting it down, picking it up, putting it down, picking it up, putting it down. And I haven't figured out a way to do this setting up of the shoulders very quickly. But when I'm sitting in orchestra or taking a moment of rest when I'm practicing, I will let my arms hang and I'll go through the same thing, rotating the upper arm bone in the shoulder socket. And I might prepare the left shoulder and pick up the flute with the left hand. Then I can do the same thing with the other arm, rotating, bringing the arm up, rotating the forearm, and I feel it. It's, as I said, it's a very subtle, but it does something for my technique. So I particularly concentrate on it when I'm doing some very technical third octave practicing, or have something very, very difficult to play. So work with that a little and let me know if you have any positive discoveries or results with it. Thank you. Ready.